How you doing, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Digimon Adventure 2020 episode review and recap. Today's episode is, got my notes right here, episode 62, Tears of Shakkoumon. Uh, I can't remember how the name was said in English. I thought it was Shakkoumon, but it could be, they say Shakkoumon in the Japanese show. It's like it's spelled SHA 2Ks O, which is usually Ku. If you take in the language, you understand how it's supposed to be said. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get right on into it. I've been trying to do a thing with my videos where I don't try to give you play by play, but I'll do a little bit more play by play with at least the Digimon stuff because a lot of this is pretty interesting, especially the eye catches and things like that. But first, please remember to give me a like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate all your help. It really does help the channel, and we're getting better every day, right? Right. So if you remember last time, I remember Takaru and Angemon, well, slash my Holy Angemon, Mad Angemon English, went ahead and helped out our buddy Eldoradimon. They even got some assistance from an old Digimon from Digimon Cross Wars known as Gravimon, who is one of my new favorites now. And now we're still on our Crest Quest. Taichi is walking through this nice little rocky. It's not like a valley, it's like a trail, but both sides, the rock walls are higher than him and Agumon. And as he comes through on the other end, he's looking at this nice lush hill. It's it looks just like the hills where people, put have rice paddies and rice fields and all these other things. Looks really really good, especially even in this animation looked really good. And we see several different Digimon there, and the eye catch for us being the viewers, we see those. I cannot remember this rookie flower Digimon that's new from the Pendulum Z, but we see those there spitting seeds along with Honeybeemon and our friends. I want to say Namon and who else was there? Um, Honeybeemon, the weird plant lizard Digimon, and there's one more. I can't believe I don't remember them. But all these Digimon are Digimon that so happen to be helped out by Sora. Oh, the other Digimon that was there was our little beaver Junkmon, the one from when we got Ho-Omon. All these Digimon there, they're making vegetables, and Sora just happens to be there with Piyomon, also helping till the fields. She tells Taichi that her device led her this way, and while Agumon's chowing down on some very fresh vegetables, they both agree that they're going to help. And of course, they're going to help by pulling a giant stump. And it's a giant, I mean giant. I mean, they're both in their champion forms at this point, Greymon and Bergermon. And the stump is like, it's almost the size of Metal Greymon. That's how big it is. But once they get it moving a little bit, of course they continue moving it, and they find a it's a giant hole now, and they were gonna explore it, but out of it comes our Digimon of the day, Shakkoumon or Shakkoumon. Yeah, you guys remember this guy? He first showed up, or it first showed up in Digimon Adventure 2. It was the Jawgrass slash DNA Digivolution form of Angemon and Kilomon. Everybody was getting fuse forms, which they should have just called it Digimon Fusion in English. Now that I think about it, and found an interesting article. I'm gonna say this for myself, and a lot of people were let down by it because XVmon and Stingmon, Pyodramon looks really good as a fusion of both of them, and Aquilamon and Gatomon making Sylphimon again is not as good as Pyodramon, but it's pretty good. Shakkoumon does not look like either one of them. Now, granted, it is based on the ancient, like a clay doll. If you play Pokemon, you know what clay doll is. And matter of fact, I'm just gonna zoom up on his face before I do the encyclopedia. It looks like clay doll, right? But with wings. Actually, looks like a mix of clay doll and Dunsparce. Now that I look at him, and obviously we have a holy angel mixing with the ancient dinosaur Digimon. It makes this ancient being that apparently it might be the representation for aliens based on Japan folklore. Yeah. That's it. The name and everything that it is makes sense in Japanese, but if you're looking at it on the other side of the globe, yeah, I still personally think this their form should have been something different. Could have looked way cooler. Could have been like an angel wearing the battle armor of Ankylomon, but that's just me. Let's go ahead and just get right into this. So officially, Shakkoumon is an ultimate. Officially, a mutant Digimon which Jaguars evolved from Ankylomon and Angemon, which we mentioned. It possesses white wings on its body, which shines silver, and according to one theory, is an ancient Digimon who descended upon the ancient digital world long ago. It can rotate its neck and torso 360 degrees on its attack, facing every direction, and its face is expressionless and it's difficult to determine what it's thinking. So observers may find it eerie, and its personality is exceedingly gentle. Its signature move is Nigi Mitamo, little eye beams with red eye beams, mind you. And then there's Rita Tamo. I believe those are names of small idols. I only know this from Yu-Gi-Oh! I believe those are names of small idols. Anyway, it's able to shoot a beam that can reach it says 1,000,000 degrees Celsius at the focal point. Dang, that is hot. So let's just go ahead and get back into the episode. Once this guy appears, all of a sudden he's glowing red. He's shooting eye beams, and I believe that Greymon and Bergermon waste no time turning to Middle Greymon and Garudamon, and they physically try to push him, say, "Hey, stop destroying everything." They're building a village there. As a matter of fact, everyone is just happy that there's calm, especially Neymon. Remember, we met Neymon. Sora had to convince Yamato to help guide these Digimon across the sands to get to Leomon. So while Neymon's happy that everything's nice and peaceful when they have the village, of course this happens. Excuse me. And while they're doing their best, Shakkoumon is absolutely gigantic. Not massive, gigantic. And what I mean by gigantic, it's bigger than ultimate forms. Because once they turn their ultimate forms, this thing is still towering over them, and it's an ultimate. That's pretty crazy. It's like Cerberus mon levels of big almost. And the funny thing is, earlier they were mentioning that they believe that there was a guardian Digimon protecting this land long ago. And it's under the belief of everybody that this might be the Digimon, but now he's shooting everything. But when Garudamon happened to touch it, both her and Sora heard this mysterious crying. They saw this blue light, and now they're doing their best to try to stop this thing. They can tell, Taichi can tell, like it looks like it's fighting with something, but it's not really fighting us. They're having a very rough time at what's going on, but sooner or later it just stops moving. And while Taichi and the little junk beaver Digimon are watching over it, Sora with Piyomon has other Digimon lower her into the hole, and they come upon some ruins that obviously have Shakkoumon on it. And I actually forgot there was actually one more new Digimon in here. When I get down there, Sora touches the ruins glow, and she's able to read, obviously, through the help of the Digivice, she's able to read what's going on, and basically just outlines it. Shakkoumon is an ancient Digimon that helped protect everybody. As a matter of fact, Sora later on moves deeper into the area, and she touches what looks to be a clay doll of the giant Digimon that looks like a clay doll. And in it, she sees Viomon and Devidramon all covering Shakkoumon as it's trying to fight them off. And we get a glimpse of this Digimon. It is called Coopimon, or very hard Romaji on its Kyupimon. These are tiny little angel Digimon. I believe these are rookie. Oh no, they're not. They're baby too. That's even younger. It's a small angel Digimon. They evolved from Pudimon. That's a funny name, Pudimon. It's a small angel Digimon. They evolved from Pudimon. And it likes benevolence and love making everyone happy, contrary to when it was Pudimon. Guessing Pudimon is a handful. In particular, is referred to as angel of charity and specializes in bringing about the feelings of love in every person. Sora, crest of love, love. It's always flying around the digital world skies, sprinkling love on everyone while making them feel happy. And it's also said that even a large Digimon with great fighting spirit will cease battling once it encounters Cupimon, or yeah, Cupimon. Its special move is drawing a ring of light from the turbulence of its Calvera and throwing it at the opponent. The Calvera is the little horn thing right there. So, while Sora's getting this vision, her and Piyomon, because she asked Piyomon, did you see it too? And Piyomon confirmed that she did see the vision as well. But when they test this clay doll and they get that same vision, Sora faints with tears in her eyes. And her and Piyomon happen to faint with, hand in hand. Night has gathered near. They're still knocked out, and Shakkoumon is making his move. What I really like is that we didn't go from Agumon all the way back up his stages again. He's already Metal Greymon, and they're already trying to handle it. And he handles it by going into his Mega Form. We get the full, beautiful sequence of Metal Greymon into War Greymon, and this thing is still bigger than War Greymon, and he's pushing on it, trying to fight it. Neymon does a very ancient Japanese ritual with a lot of priests and priestess do when they wave a staff that has adornments on it. So it's kind of like trying to banish the vengeful spirit. And Sora's once again having another vision, and the vision she sees the Cupimon, thanking Shakkoumon for protecting them, but saying you can't protect us any longer. So they put all this little blue light, and there's dozens and dozens of these things. They put the blue light on it, puts it in a slumber, it goes in the ground, and all of a sudden it's a giant explosion. They're all gone. They're all basically dead. Something killed them. Pretty sure we'll find out what killed them once we figure out what the big bad is. And so Sora wakes up, Piyomon wakes up. They're like, you know what? We're gonna help him because we can hear it crying, and we're gonna help him out. And War Greymon is just done. Does a Gaia Force, and of course, Garurumon flies in the way of it and knocks it away, but she gets hurt. Obviously, it's War Greymon. War Greymon can hurt you, you weak ultimate. And they both proclaim, we're going to take care of Shakkoumon. Guy's like, all right, cool. just flat out, okay, cool. And of course, we all knew that this was going to be Sora centric because Sora said she followed her advice to get to this point, which she did. And Garurumon goes ahead and, Garurumon and Sora both talking to Shakkoumon saying, you still think the war that was going on years ago is still going on. It's actually done. This thing's still rampaging. She then digivolves into Ho'omon. Still a very crappy looking evolution sequence. Not as good as the others. And she does I want to say is it Burning Tears? I don't remember the name of the attack, but she does her little sacred flame kind of thing, which washes over good energy over everyone. And then we start seeing these blue lights pop up, and they're all the Cupimon. They're telling Shakkoumon thank you again. But this time Shakkoumon can hear them, and his entire body is glowing blue. And then we get the heart symbol, the crest of love for Sora, comes over it and comes up. There's a brilliant light show, and Shakkoumon is in full tears, just like Sora's in full tears. At the end of this episode, Shakkoumon is now placid. It's good. It's going to protect everybody. The other Digimon that Sora has helped along the way of her journey are wishing she would stay because she was a big help with cultivating everything. She says, no, I gotta go. We have other things we have to do. And Taichi, after seeing the altercation that Ho'omon had with Shakkoumon, even said, okay, chosen ones can do more than just fight. And it looks like there was quotations around it, so I don't know if anyone else said this. I don't recall that, but that's what was going on. And yeah, that is the end of our episode. I know I felt like I touched on a lot of the big important parts. Um, our next episode, first of all, our encyclopedia is of course on Shakkoumon. Koshiro tells you everything I told you about this Digimon earlier. Um, one of the funny things, he says he believes he's seen it in a textbook before, and you have. It's based on a real thing, a real artifact that is in Japan. Next up is going to be Taichi and Agumon. They are separated. Taichi's carrying a Botamon. Botamon's actually going to be the encyclopedia for the next episode. Botamon is the very first baby form that goes into Koromon and Agumon. And in this trailer, we just know that they're separated. Hopefully, they can get back together. But the episode is about the crest of courage. So, Tai is finally going to gather enough courage that he can find his own crest. And we won't hear people complain anymore once all the children get together, right? Right. So, what do I have to rate this episode? I gotta give it a 3 out of 5. It's pretty average. The one thing, I get that Sora is the crest of love, but the crazy tears that happen, and I get it. You're sympathetic. I don't feel like the tears match the moment. Even when Shakkoumon's crying, it looks overtly silly because it's a giant slanted-eyed clay doll angel thing. And I get it. I get what we were going for. I feel like there's been other shows, other animes that have gotten me invested with characters I've only met for one day, and I'm like, okay, I hope this thing doesn't die. Oh man, this is feels. Not so much in this one. I find Sora and Piemon's crying kind of annoying, but it is what it is. It's almost overlapping with Mimi. So Mimi has way better action scenes. And Mimi has a more fleshed out character, and I can actually really appreciate that. But I digress. This episode gets a 3 out of 5 for me. It's not horrible. It's leaning on the 2, but it's just completely average. Hopefully things will pick up next week, and hopefully we'll get some better Sora and Piomon or Garudamon or Ho-Omon moments. I'm crossing my fingers for that. But guys, please let me know what you think of the episode down in the comment section below. Please, again, like the video, subscribe to the video, hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos like this. I do these every Sunday, no matter what, as long as the show is going on. I'm looking forward to the next Digimon show is going to come out too, I believe, sometime in October. So it's got to be fun. As always, share the video so other people can see what a great time we're having, obviously. And yeah, I appreciate you all. Be good, be blessed, wear a mask, wash your hands, and I will definitely see you next time.